Okay, so that is really helpful in kind of talking about mental health because you have to learn that your words have power, and what you think, as a man thinks, so is he, right? And this is science that tells you that that's the case. You know, you can actually be a person that's really depressed and will tell you in therapy, do the opposite. Whatever you normally feel like doing, if you want to go in a room and you want to close the curtains and you don't want to deal with anybody, do the opposite and do something different so that you can have a different pathway of neurons that connect, and then it actually makes you feel better. And then the other stuff on the other side, that kind of diminishes as you bring a new thought in. But that's the same way you can have great thoughts, like with domestic violence, sexual assault, just stresses and worries and life circumstances. You can be a happy-go-lucky person and then find that life just throws you a lot of bricks and storms and waves and different things. And then if you're thinking the negative stuff, then that's a whole different type of neural pathway. And then the good stuff diminishes. That's science, but it's also biblical. So keep that in mind, that you can change your thoughts, can change your mood, you can change your feelings. So let's move on to the next slide that talks about, let me make sure, go ahead to the next slide. Okay, the 3 domains of happiness as avenues of well-being. So basically, most people will stay on the negatives for a long time, but that's not what we want to do. We want to change your neural pathways and start focusing on the positive. So the negatives, yes, be aware of, and then start focusing on doing something different. Start finding new ways of being happy, new ways of being healthy, more ways of being positive. And so with this mind of neuroplasticity, it's beneficial for us to bring focus and awareness to what contributes to a positive mental health. So looking at the domains, it talks about a pleasant life. Focusing on a pleasant life, the positive emotions about one's past, present, and future life, is reflected by measures of life satisfaction, happiness, and subjective well-being. This ain't everybody's life, right? If your life was really, really good, then yeah, focus on this. But if not, then you can go to the next 2, the meaningful life. Serving something larger than yourself. Being committed to friends and family and community. And it's reflected by assessing people's sense of purpose and meaning. And that was helpful to me. My life wasn't pleasant, but I found meaning in what was going on in my life. And then I was able to bring about happiness, not just to me and my family, but to other people as well when they come in and we do therapy. But if that's not you, then a good or engaged life. Focusing on the character strengths that people possess, which in turn shapes how they engage with their environment. It's reflected by positive character strengths such as wisdom, knowledge, courage, humanity, justice, humility, forgiveness, hope, and spirituality. Just being a good person. Just focusing on your strengths and good characteristics, and focusing on that positivity can be helpful. Okay, so then let's go to the next slide. Ways to maintain positive mental health. After we focused on our thoughts, on the positives, let's talk about how you maintain it. You maintain it by, of course, getting help if you need it, being aware that you need the help, connecting to other people, thinking and speaking positive, exercising, getting enough sleep, and developing coping skills. So I want to give you guys a freebie. This is something that I use in my sessions, is breathing techniques. And the breathing technique can be helpful with anxiety, with anger. It can even help you sleep better, right? So I'm going to do this for you guys, and I need you to work with me on this as well, okay? I usually will ask the person to close their eyes, but I'm not going to ask you to close your eyes today. But what I do want you to do is kind of move your body, get yourself kind of relaxed as much as you can. If you have something in your hand, take stuff out your hand. If you got your hands fold, unfold your hands, and kind of get as relaxed as you possibly can, okay? Then I want you to put one hand on your belly. Doesn't matter which hand on your belly. With the other hand, I want you to hold it like this as if you're sniffing a flower, okay? When we sniff a flower, it's not like, right? When you're trying to get a good fragrance, you breathe in really slowly, you breathe in really deep, and you take in the fragrance of whatever it is you're smelling, right? So if you do this, go ahead and sniff the flower with your hands on your belly. What you'll find is that your belly is protruding, okay? If it's protruding, you're doing this right. You're filling up your lungs and you're deep breathing, okay? Now I want you to change the little part of your hand from the flower to a bubble one. You know little bubbles that you kind of put in the thing and you have little bubbles. So hold it this way as if you're blowing a bubble, right? And the way you would blow the bubble in the little one is not, but it's really kind of calm the way that you would blow the bubble out. If you do this, you'll find that your belly will go back in. And that's decreasing everything that was in you and allowing all the negative stuff to come out. All right, so let's try it again. We're breathing in like we're sniffing the flower. And then breathe out, blowing the bubbles. When you do it right, you'll find your body deflates. You'll feel your body kind of calm down. You'll find your body relax. If you're breathing in and you find your shoulders like this, you're not doing it right. Okay? And I want you guys to try it again. So breathe in through your nose like you're sniffing the flower. And then breathe out like you're blowing the bubble, slowly. Do you feel the difference? Okay. The more that you do it, the more that you'll find yourself being more relaxed. Especially in a place of anxiety or when you're angry and somebody's just getting on your nerves. A lot of people will start breathing. They're getting on my nerves. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Right? That ain't doing nothing. That ain't doing nothing at all. If you do it too much, you're going to hyperventilate. You're probably going to faint. But if you take the time and breathe slowly, and you breathe out slowly, you give yourself everything in your body automatically kind of relaxes. It stops. It allows you to kind of calm down and take in what's happening in the moment. And it actually brings about more oxygen to your brain so you can think and you can respond in a way that's more wise as opposed to emotional. Okay, so let's move on to the self-care slide. Okay, so out of everything that I've given you, self-care to me would be the most important. Self-care is any activity that we do deliberately in order to take care of our mental health, our emotional health, and our physical health. And although it's a simple concept, it's something that we overlook and it's something that we neglect. But if we take care of ourselves, it will improve our moods and it will reduce our anxiety because we won't always be trying to be nice to people. We'll actually be kind. We'll actually want to do stuff coming from a good place. Many people feel bad about taking care of themselves, doing for themselves, telling people no when you really just can't do it. Or even if you just don't want to, right? It's better to just be honest with yourself. And it's not selfish. It's in reality, it's really not. Because a good you is good everybody else. If you're always taking care of everybody else, and then you get tired, you get sick, who's going to take care of that person, and who's going to take care of you? So a good you is good everybody else. When you take care of yourself, it's beneficial to you and for them because then you're energized and you're actually wanting to do it and you're actually able to do what you can do and what you want to do. Another thing to remember is that self-care means that I not only care about you, but I care about me. I treat myself well, and I expect you to treat me well too. We teach people how to treat us. If you don't treat yourself well, why would anybody else? Right? So if you're going to like somebody, like yourself first. Care about yourself first, and anything else that anybody else gives you is a bonus. Right? Don't allow people to mistreat you. Speak up if you need to. Right? It's okay to say, I don't like the way you treat me. It's not so much what you say, but how you say it. Right? And a lot of people will really feel like being assertive is a bad thing. But being assertive says, again, I care about me and I care about you. Being passive aggressive where I'm not telling you anything, or being really passive, it says I only care about you. I don't care about me. So I'm always telling you yeah, and I'm always telling me no. But then if we're aggressive, we're always telling us yes, and everybody else no, because I care about me. I don't give a crap about y'all. Right? And those are like happy mediums or spectrums on those things that we don't have to be. We can be in the middle, we can be assertive, and we can speak up and we can say our truth. And it's okay because it's not from a bad place. I care about you, so I'm going to tell you the truth. Care about me, tell me the truth. Love me and let me love you and let me love me. And then the last thing that I feel like a lot of people have a hard time with is, you know, a lot of people in churches will have a hard time with self-care because it's all about loving others and doing for others and being there for others because Jesus is about love. But we can get that out of balance. God did not say, or God did say, love your neighbor as you love yourself, not instead of. Wow. Right? A good you is a good everybody else. And God did not mean for us to put ourselves on the back burner and just everybody run over us and we just tire ourselves out to be everything for everybody. That affects our mental health. That affects our mood. That affects our relationships. So if you want to do what God says, love yourself. And how you love yourself in a good way, love everybody else. That's positive mental health. And good positive mental health, good physical mental health will lead to just a whole better life all across the board. Okay? So, last slide. I want you guys to remember that mental health is really important. And if you put it on the back burner, you're going to find that it's really hard for you to push forward and do the things that you want to do. Because everything pretty much starts with the mind, starts with the brain. Everything else kind of follows. And if you're not taking care of yourself, mind, body, soul, spirit, then something's missing. And I want you guys to always remember that going to a counselor or a therapist when you're feeling sad and overwhelmed should be as normal as going to a doctor when you have the flu. Nobody says anything about anybody going to the doctor, but if you say, okay, I'm taking medication because I have anxiety, I'm taking medication, I'm going to a therapist because I'm dealing with depression, like it's, oh my gosh, for some people. But with the flu, it's like, oh girl, did you get a flu shot? No, I ain't getting no flu shot. I'm going to the doctor to get me a flu shot. And it's just so accepted. But it should be the same. It's all about health. Whole health. In all aspects of your life. So that's the end of my slides. The end of my presentation. Did anybody have any questions or concerns?